And we're live with this week's episode of Mondays in Exandria. We're fully awake, coherent, and prepared here, so half of what I'm saying might be a lie. But let's go around and meet our beautiful and fantastic cast and crew here today. Unfortunately, Lamont Quinlan, our dear Travis Bowles, will not be here today because he's having way too much fun at D&D Live. So go give him, some love or some booze, whatever. Not like booze, like fun to drink booze, but like, boo, you weren't here to play with us. But because he's having enough fun, he won't even mind. And also, our dear D20 coup de grace, our Harlan Flipcloak, is not here with us as he's got some family stuff going on. But we do have a fantastic guest with us who I will introduce first. Don, how are you doing?
Hi, welcome, or thank you for welcoming me back to your channel. It's been a few months since I got to play with y'all. I'm really, really excited. I've got to catch a couple of the episodes now and talk about what's going on and how I'm coming into play, and I'm pumped. I really, really like what you guys are doing, and this is a perfect way to spend a Monday, so thank you for having me. I'm playing Nikolai Yates. He's an old retired professor of artificing.
Excellent. I'm sure that he is completely benign and that he's just a happy, upbeat guy with no tragic backstory at all whatsoever.
That's how I do it.
That's your brand, right? Just sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Well, speaking of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, we've got the fantastic Nuggetosaurus with us this week.
Hello, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing Hal, the humanoid. Maybe we'll see. What am I? Fighter? Yep, that's what I am. I'm a fighter. The humanoid fighter who's grumpy, and apparently Quinlan is now living with my family, so not cool with that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll all work out.
It'll work out. He's definitely not rearranging everything right now in-game. But, yes, I'll be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckottle Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. Warlock and nobleman extraordinaire. That's really all I need to say about myself. So let's throw it up to, my manservant here, Igor.
Don't throw anything to me, master. I'm not very good at catching.
I know your reflexes are terrible.
It happened with the cross-eyedness.
Yes, yeah, well, that can't be helped.
Hello everybody, I'm Shiny Pilot playing Igor. It's so nice to see you all, and I'm excited for tonight.
Excellent. Well, don't get too excited. It's a new rug. But yes, and last but certainly not least, we've got our Dungeon Master Deception Check. I'm going to hand the show over to now.
Hi. Okay, that was one of our better opening introductions. That was spectacular. I feel like I've got a lot to live up to now after that show. I'm at Deception Check. I'm running Mondays in Exandria here. It's our little love letter to the world created by Matthew Mercer. We're in the city of Amman, and I just love the world that we get to play in. Last week, our characters went to visit Hal and her family. Not everyone was there, but it went really well. Looks like Lamont's going to be moving in with Hal, so there'll be a happy Brady bunch over there. Wendell and Igor tried a visit to the old orphanage to see if Wendell's sales pitch would work on the young and impressionable minds of people who no one else cares for. However, Igor found himself a little grog, a little half-orc that just fell in love with him, and the birds chirped, the sun shined, and Igor may have himself an adopted son soon.
He's gonna have a son.
I'm going to call it the Big Brother program.
It's yes, that's a good that scares me so awfully much. And then after that, they decided to go and check in with their benefactor, Bill B. Zilliger, the totally not a front for some criminal organization man who is perfectly happy to try and help and find out information as long as you trade your soul or favors or something along those lines. He told them he had a line on someone who may have information for them, and that it's best to find him later in the evening. So they were all going to have dinner, discuss everything, and then he would send them out at the right time with information on how to find one Nikolai Yates. So we catch up with our characters as they've already made their way across Iman and are at the edge of the central district heading towards the cemetery district. Our group has been walking for some time. It's night. They're dealing with the shadows that come from the oil lamps that light their way in the central district. But as they get closer to the gateway to the cemetery district, the oil lamps would lit their way across Amman are fewer and farther between now. By the time they've arrived at the tall arched passageway, the only light to be seen flickers from torchlit sconces within. The entrance does not seem to be guarded beyond the statues which line either side of the entrance. What are you guys doing?
Master, it appears a little spooky and dangerous. Maybe I should go first.
Yes, Igor, that's a fantastic idea. Why don't you go ahead and just, clear out all the cobwebs in front of me?
At once, Master. And Igor's gonna start lumbering forward, with his little shuffle he's got going on, the click of his warhammer hitting the ground as he shuffles.
Okay.
And see if he can see anything in the darkness, how it looks, if there's anybody waiting.
All right.
Wasn't that a delicious dinner we just had, Howl? Now that Igor's,
I mean, it was food. It was fine.
I do enjoy some good food every now and then.
Okay.
Wendell, as you're focusing on your interest, your scarousal of Howl,
Yes, she's very scarousing.
you feel somebody pat your coat pocket, and you look, and you see a black, dark figure run into the shadows.
Mage hand, try to grab the back of their collar.
Okay, all right. They're moving quickly. Go ahead and let's get the dexterity check to see how quickly you can do this.
Oh, I'm not undexterous. That's cool.
Okay.
Okay. Dex check. Ooh, how about a 16?
All right. Okay. Your mage hand alights and grabs at the back collar of this miscreant that just ran by. He stops for a second and sheds his coat and disappears into the shadows.
Igor's ahead. Did he hear or see any of this?
No, other than what Howl and Wendell has said, there's been no sound.
I'm going to catch up with my mage hand, and
Okay.
call out, be like, there now, what seems to be the bother? You seem to have left your coat. Come on now, don't be shy.
Master, what are you
Who are
talking
you
about?
talking
Master?
to?
There was a small, dark, shadowy... Perhaps it was an orphan. I don't
Probably. They tend to pickpocket, from time to time.
know. Well, they were very unfortunate to find that there was no money in my pockets. But, yes.
You say that, but you feel something in the pocket that's normally empty.
Reverse pickpocket?
It's a thief who gives you money.
Just kidding, never mind, hold on. I gotta look what's in my pocket.
It's a rolled piece of parchment. You open it?
I'm totally trying to look over his shoulder.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and show it to all of you then.
Oh boy. Oh my. What could this be about?
All right. That's the note that you find in your pocket.
All right. I will read it aloud as it is my note. I don't read it out loud to the group until I skim it first. But
Okay.
Yes. Your contact's name is Nikolai Yates. He's an eccentric man with very specific talents. You will find him in the cemetery district tonight within the mausoleum of the Acantha family. Tell him you are representing his benefactors and any assistance he provides will be counted to his debt. Then ask him to tell you of the young woman from 3 nights ago. She may hold the information that we all seek. Handle him with care, as your benefactors believe he is valuable and wish to keep him in their debt. He'll relay this to Hal and Igor. Well, he'll relay it to Hal.
Master, are you saying something? I see you down there. Igor's yelling down the street.
I will mentally tell him. No, Igor, everything's all right. I simply received a message. We have to be very gentle with Mr. Nikolai Yates. You understand?
Igor nods, and he
Alright.
turns back around and continues his surveying and stepping forward.
Okay, give me a perception check, Igor.
Oh, I'm so perceptive.
Can I look around to see if there are any more of those drow on the rooftops?
Of course, perception check as well.
Wisdom.
Rather,
Igor rolls a 10.
Question.
Yes?
Is this a child-sized coat or a regular person's? What size coat is this? I have a coat now.
This is a smaller sized jacket. It could be an adolescent size, or
Excellent.
maybe
Perfect
an
for
elf
bribing
wears it.
orphans with. I'll keep that.
Possibly. It's not very well made. It seems to be rather rough
Yeah.
hewn, rough cut of
A
make. And
truly desperate orphan will think this is a fine gift indeed. So,
sure, okay.
yes, I'll
What would
keep
you
that.
roll?
10.
A 10. Okay, both of
probably
you roll
don't.
10.
Yeah.
Hal, you do not see any drow hiding around, but it's dark here. There's not a lot of light, and the only source is ahead of you, and most of the shadows being cast by Igor now are kind of messing with your perception. Igor, you're looking down this tunnel. It's a longer gateway than the other gates into districts because this is one of the more ancient walls of Amman. It's a very thick, long passageway into the cemetery district. You do not see anyone ahead.
Igor's gonna try and be fancy and use the mental thing that Monster always does. He'll be like, trying to send a mental image back. Like,
It doesn't work that way at all. But I know what it looks like when he's trying to attempt this, and so I'll just be like, "What is it you see, Igor?"
it worked. Monster, the coast is clear.
All right, the coast is clear, my dear. Let us proceed forward.
I'm not your dear.
It is
So much sass. It means she likes it.
I think so. When I was in grade school, and if the girls were very mean to me, it meant that they fancied me. So therefore, I believe that this might be the case.
I think it means that you were, a fucking dork, but sure. Okay.
Mhm.
I keep longsword swinging distance between myself and Wendell.
Okay.
Do you
I
when
definitely.
you hold out the longsword, you're like,
No, I'm pretty sure I know how long my so I just kind of slide over.
I have no idea.
you
what
know how
long-
long your sword is, huh?
Oh yeah.
Would you
you
like
know
to
it.
know how long mine is? Is the real question.
No, never. I will cut it off.
Okay. Wendell and Hal, do you go to join Igor at the entrance to the
Yes.
passageway?
Yes, we do.
Okay. You begin walking into the passageway. This length of passageway is long, and your footfalls are echoing from the cobblestones and the haphazardly placed alcoves which dart the arched walls. Halfway through, you come to an open wrought iron gate that is decorated with ghoulish figures, skulls, and occasional symbols of various gods.
Master, they like their skulls here.
Yes,
Well, it is a
quaint
cemetery.
aesthetic.
So, kind of fits.
There are a lot of dead things and people here.
It's
Maybe-
generally what a cemetery contains.
Maybe we're in the wrong place, Master. You sure this is the right place?
I'm positive. We need to look for the mausoleum of the Acantha family. Have I ever heard of the Acantha family?
Give me a history
'Cause if
or
they
a straight
have a
intelligence check,
whole
please.
Mausoleum. They might be someone of note.
Igor is going to walk forward away from Wendell and Hal just a few paces and look at the nearest mausoleum and see if
Okay.
he can read the name on it.
You can't see any mausoleums yet. You're in the middle part of the passageway.
Then Igor walks up to a cubbyhole in the hallway. Master, I found a mausoleum. Looking up at it.
You look inside, and there is a small stone statuette of a god.
Oh,
I think that's a shrine, Igor. I'll just point out a mausoleum when we see one, so you can make the connection between the
Very
word
well,
and the
master.
visual.
And Eagle will turn back in front of the group and start plodding along.
And I rolled a
Okay.
5 on my history check.
5.
So-
You've heard the name before, but not being a resident of Amon for very
Yes.
long, you may not know the oldest noble families.
Okay.
Hal, what are you doing here?
I don't know. She probably doesn't
Wishing
care
she
enough.
wasn't here.
Yeah. She probably doesn't care enough to figure out who these people are. She's probably just walking ahead and trying to get out of this tunnel.
Okay, so Igor and Hal both pass through the wrought iron gate. Wendell, do you as well?
Yes, I shall.
Okay. As you pass through the gate, a voice echoes out from behind. I wouldn't be crossing a gate like that without permission. Just because it's open doesn't mean you can walk right through it.
Eagle whips around. Who's there? Who said that?
You don't see anyone behind you.
Master.
Do we see anyone in front of us?
No, there is no one easily visible. Give me perception checks from everyone.
Oh, dear God. Ooh, 19.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good because I have a 7.
Yes,
17.
17. None of you can see who's
Damn.
speaking.
Master.
Well, who do we get permission from?
I
Whose
don't
gate
know.
is this?
Oh, that would be me.
Hi, I'm Hal. Can we go in?
Apologies for the late asking of permission. We didn't know it was required for entry. The gates were
Oh,
open.
yes. You have to get approval of the Grave Watchers to enter the cemetery district. Don't you know that?
Nope.
No.
Ah. She goes, well, step back through the gate real quick and we'll talk about it.
Master. Are you
Can
sure
I insight check
Yeah,
this
can I
voice?
ask-
Is this
Absolutely.
I want to know if there's like a toll and they're just really good bullshitting con artists.
3. I step back in.
Okay.
No problem. This is
Oh,
great.
I think I'm proficient in sight. Oh, I am 18.
18. The person who is speaking is being honest.
Well, then I will comply.
Yeah, it's kind of hard
Okay.
to insight check a voice.
Well, if they sound really snide, they might be lying.
The tonal quality and the word choice seem to lend you to the idea that they're being honest to you as best as you know.
Igor's going to be really nervous and pull his warhammer off his belt and hold it in his hand and kind of grip it.
Igor, that's not necessary. I realize that the aesthetic here might be considered a tad spooky, but really, it's fine.
Master, when you hear voices and you don't see somebody, it's a ghost.
You hear voices all the time, Igor, and you don't necessarily see them. I hear voices all the time.
Igor's going to still hold his hammer. Just be ready to be in something.
Okay.
Come back
I
to
was
the
just kind of side-eyeing Wendell after that comment. Like, the fuck?
As you step back through the gate from which you came, one of the alcoves on the upper corner to your right, it looks like a small figure dressed in black with a crossbow. Kind of plops down, swinging her legs. It's like, hi.
Who are you?
Master, is it a ghost?
Greetings and salutations.
I'm a member of the Grave Watch. You're not really allowed in here after dark.
Oh, really? That is quite unfortunate. We have some pressing business with an associate of ours here.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
Are you a part of any particular organization, or do we just need to start haggling now?
I'm gonna Hal's gonna reach up and kind of scratch her chin, kind of thing, and she's gonna do a thieves' cant symbol for the clasp.
Okay.
See what that does.
Do you know who you're talking to? This is
Shush,
Wendell
Igor.
Eustace.
Yeah.
What?
It's
What?
fine. It's fine, Igor. It's late. Don't be yelling.
Actually,
Yes.
I don't think I can do that because I don't think the criminal background gives me thieves' cant. I think that's specifically a rogue thing.
But as a member of the organization, you do know particular hand symbols, basic cant, that will
Okay.
indicate that you are a member to other
Okay.
members. So I'll allow you to do that.
Okay, then I will
Okay.
attempt to do that.
Okay. You see that the little known woman that's sitting up in the alcove is looking at Wendell and then glances over at you and sees you make that particular sign, and she stops. She goes, "Oh, well, that's different then. It's just 5 gold for passage and 1 for per head."
All right.
Is there anything you need to know while you're here?
Yeah, we're looking for Yates.
We're looking for the Acantha family mausoleum.
Sure, that too.
Oh, yeah, that's an old one. Real nice, up on the low hill on the north. Just when you go through, take the second path to your right and just follow it up. It goes all the way through. The cobblestones are in, but you have a nice gravel path. It goes right to the front door.
Right. Thank you very much for your assistance.
Sure, just put the 5 on the other alcove over there. I mean, I trust you guys and all, but, you know.
You have a question, Igor. What is it? Is it a stupid question?
Are there any ghosts in there we need to be aware of?
It's a cemetery. There's a lot of worse things than ghosts to worry about.
Igor's eyes go wide, like.
Igor, I've seen you smash someone to death with your bare hands, so I think you're good.
I don't like ghosts. There's an awful lot of ghosts at Monsters Castle.
There is a slight problem with spirits in the attic. My great aunt Cindy just will not
He
go
used
down.
to make me go up there,
Yeah,
but
well, I'm not going to deal with great aunt Cindy. You understand? You're. Yeah. Anyways.
Igor, is that your name?
Yes.
Don't worry about it. The ghosts have been quiet. You'll be fine.
Okay.
See, they're quiet ghosts. Nothing like great aunt Cindy.
I'll put. So, did she say 5 gold plus 1 per head?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 8.
That would be 8, yeah.
Okay, I'll put 8 gold on the alcove and then.
Thanks. You guys have a nice time. Try and don't do anything that I can't explain later, okay?
Got it.
Fine.
And she just disappears back into the alcove.
Define can't explain later. Anyway, let's go inside and find this mausoleum.
Igor's
Alright.
going to walk forward, hammer in hand, looking for ghosts. And
Okay,
what
the
he
rest-
thinks may be a mausoleum.
The rest of the way through the passage is simple. It's just like the rest of the way, but you start getting through and it opens up into the wide district of the cemetery. Moonlight shines off of marble mausoleums which dot the rolling grassy and tree-lined hills of the district. Below them, the structures are more crowded and less grand, showing the wear of time and weather. The grounds are clean and well-tended, with shrub-lined cobblestone pathways going off in many directions.
I guess we head what she said.
To the North Hill.
The north bottom, top of the
Bottom.
North Hill.
Yes.
Bottom? I don't fucking
Well,
know.
North Hill. We'll think
North
about
Hill,
it.
okay.
There's a little
North.
path that just goes right up to it. She says, called cobblestone. It'll be fine.
That you right ahead, there's 2 paths going to the right, and there's 1 path going to the left, and 1 going straight. It continues forward all the way
Well,
through.
which direction is north?
To the
Well,
right.
Well, then-
Master,
Yes.
I think I see it, and it's like the only thing with a hill. It's like nothing.
No, there's a lot of hills. This is
Oh.
actually a really nice area of Amman. It's almost like a park, but it's a cemetery.
It's a dead park. People are just dying to get in here.
No.
All right, so what do you guys do?
Head to the right.
Okay. So you take the first path?
Or I think that's what she said. I don't know.
Okay.
I walk like I know where I'm going.
Of course.
Well,
Howl,
I do.
I'm walking behind Howl to get the best view of the cemetery.
Igor's in the back, following behind Master.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sure.
You follow the first path to the right. The cobblestones go on for a while. To your right and to your left are low mausoleums of good quality, but they're not as grand as the ones you see off in the distance. At the head of this path is a very large 2-story mausoleum that's on a tall hill surrounded by trees and statuettes.
Behind Master. Is that it,
I
Master?
don't know. Does it say Acantha family?
Yeah, is there like a plaque or something?
Yes.
Sure. You take a look. There's a large brass plaque above the mausoleum's door. It says the Gazelle family.
Not it.
We went down the wrong
Yeah, I think it's the other one.
Maybe they just misspelled the plaque, Master.
No, there's a lot of letters in Acantha that are not in this one, and vice versa. There's no G in Acantha. G is the second letter of your name, Igor.
Second letter of my name.
Yes.
Do you know how to spell your name?
Oh, good. Oh, yes, Master.
Yep,
I think I see your point.
It's only been 20 years. It's fine. We'll get there eventually. All right, let's
It's the best
double
student.
back and then look for this Acantha family crypt, I suppose.
Okay.
All right, so you head back to the main road, or do you go off the path from there?
I feel like going off the path might be a bad idea.
Yeah, we're gonna stay on the road. She said there was a path that led right up to it.
Yeah, so path
there's
seems
no
like
reason to not be on the
Time to
path.
follow another path. Yeah.
Give me a perception check. Let's see if you can identify.
Do you want Igor to do that too?
You all can look, yes.
Okay.
I did a little better on this one.
19.
How with a 19?
12.
A 6.
12. Thank you, Andel. Oh, I'm sorry, Igor?
A 6.
A
Half
6.
of what I am, because he's only half.
Okay, Howell, you look to your left.
Yep.
And there's a low hill.
Left is
where
always
the-
right.
Where the second road on the right leads directly up to it. You think that might actually be the mausoleum you're looking for.
Yeah, it's that one over there.
Excellent. Good eye, Owl.
Yeah.
I did you see
Go that way.
So you head that direction. You're not crossing overland. You're going back
Nope.
along the path.
Yeah, I'm not
okay.
gonna step on any graves. None of that shit. We're not about
Okay.
that life here.
As you leave the cobblestones and head into the gravel path, you see the Acantha mausoleum that you believe is there alone atop a low hill next to the large outer wall of the city proper. It's a beautiful building of gray and black stones surrounded by well-tended shrubs and tall trees waiting for the later spring to find their leaves again. The large dark wood double doors are ajar and flanked by 2 tall statues of warriors whose features have faded with time. Light spills from the opening onto the gravel path.
Igor's going to grab his Warhammer Little Titans. That would be like, oh, I shall explore it, Master. And he's going to go forward and up the little walkway to the doorways and
But he's
jump into the opening.
in this crypt, so I'll walk
Okay.
up as well.
All right, so Igor jumps in. Hal, what are you doing?
I'm going. It's a little weird that there's light coming from this, right?
I mean, not if someone's in there. It is dark outside.
Were we told that the
No,
dude was
he said he should be within the mausoleum of the Acantha
okay,
family.
alright, yeah, then I'm just gonna go.
I will just give a knock on the entrance with my cane. Tuck, tuck, like a rat to announce that we're here so as we don't startle this eccentric.
Well, don't worry, Igor already startled him. It's fine.
Well, hopefully it de-startles a bit.
You tap on the door and it's a hollow sound. It doesn't
Tuk, tuk.
it doesn't go through the mausoleum as well as you'd think. Igor, Hal,
Could
you
take
guys
the
are
full
inside.
mausoleum doors.
Your eyes take a moment to adjust to the bright light of 4 sconces which glow with a clear, unnatural light. The floor is decorated with strange blue symbols and writing that pulse slowly. To the left and right are marble statues of Deva, whose ruby eyes seem to follow you as you pass. Ahead of you is an open archway that leads to another room where you can see a man working on an altar with his back to you. He is lit by 2 bright candles to either side of him.
You there? Are you the contact?
Excuse me, you appear very busy, but would you happen to be a Mr. Nikolai Yates?
Well, are you?
The figure there is bent over, and you can hear him kind of grunting softly. He doesn't answer you immediately.
I would
but
not expect him to.
the wall behind you, where you're standing, this stone wall, the brick separates and kind of forms a mouth, and the mouth says, "Go back, go back.
What the?
Not safe here."
And Igor is going to get into a frightful panic and start to turn around and leave. Master, we need to leave.
Igor, we're not leaving. We're not leaving.
He's like catching him by the shirt.
We are representing your benefactors.
Nikolai stuffs something into his pocket very quickly, and then he like slowly turns back around and kind of peers over at you, and he gives you a smile. He's a white-haired old man. There's no anything but gray. His cheeks are gaunt, very skinny. He doesn't look like he eats particularly well. He's very slunched forward. He is a tall man, though. He's lanky. And he kind of calls over to you with a bit of a feeble smile. Oh, who's there? Who's there?
So you're saying he makes me look really young and attractive, is what you're saying?
You look like you could know. Yeah, he's probably old enough to be your dad.
Awesome.
Okay, well, Igor's hiding behind Wendell now because he turned tail and ran around from the ghost things, and he leaves there for me, Master. It's a ghost. We need to leave.
He's not a ghost. He's a person.
Hey.
My name is Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Haversham Hossenpfeffers.
What was the second part there?
Eustace. Wendell Eustace
Abernathy.
Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the I could
What
write
was
it down
number
for you.
5?
I'll just write it down for you. But we're representing your benefactors, and we are supposed to tell you that any assistance you could provide will be counted to your debt.
Can while he's talking, can Igor grab a little small pebble and like lob it at him?
At the mouth.
Sure. There's you find bits of gravel that have been tracked into the building. Give me a dexterity check. Yeah, just a straight check. Let's see if you can hit him with it.
I need to see if he's real or not.
Hey, Eagle, this is not a ghost. Not much more.
Just a straight dex check.
Yeah, straight dex check.
9.
It goes wide.
Okay.
Nikolai, you hear a rock just impact the wall behind you.
Be careful there, young man. You never know what you might disturb.
Yes, you might wake up the ghosts, Igor. Don't be so wrong.
Master, I think he's real.
Yes, Igor.
Yes, I am real. Of course I'm real. I'm sorry. Who did you say you were?
You can call me Wendell.
Hal.
Hal? And what's Hal look like?
So Hal is she's about 5'8". She's wearing like worn but well kept chainmail, a huge longsword on her back, a flail on her hip, probably like a ton of daggers on her belt. She's got long ish kind of dark brown hair that's nearly black, and it's tied up in like a half braid. Covered in scars and bruises. It looks like she fights often. And she looks not happy to be here at all. Like, at all. Hi.
Hello there. Well, I have to say, it's kind of strange that they would send you here now, right now.
Why?
Well, it's the middle of the night, and this is a cemetery. And
yeah.
Who did you say you work for exactly?
Your benefactors. Our mutual benefactors, I believe.
Did they have a name?
Bilby. We work for Bilby.
Bilby Zilliger?
Do I know the name Bilby Zilliger?
You do not know Bilby Zilliger.
Okay. I'm sorry. I think you might be in the wrong mausoleum. Did you try the one that's up the hill?
Are you Mr.
Yeah, we did.
We actually did. Yes, actually. You are Mr. Nikolai Yates. Are you not?
Yes. Yes, that's me.
How does Bilby have any other names that we just don't know about?
I don't know. I mean, he's a member of the class, so probably.
Just try saying the clasp. The other name for these benefactors might be the clasp.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I just
Why
was so
didn't you
intimate with
say
him.
so? Come on in. Try not to disturb anyone.
I look around, I don't see anybody living, and I'm just gonna be like, right, the ghosts.
Do you walk into the next chamber?
That's right, master.
Yes, don't disturb the ghost eagles, or stop throwing rocks. Behave yourself.
Yes, master. I'll keep my eyes out.
Yes, don't blink every 20 seconds, okay? There you go.
I'll be lucky if I can count past 11.
All right, every 11 seconds, blink then.
Okay, do you guys enter the next room?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay. This room is dominated by 12 ornate sarcophagi split to each side of the room. Between them and facing each other are 2 statues of masked women with outstretched arms holding bloody daggers. In the center of the far wall, where Nikolai is standing, is a black stone altar covered with symbols. Atop the altar is a body and the 2 candles.
What are you doing in here, Nikolai?
Hey, just a little bit of work, research. Don't mind the statues; they're just statues.
I'm more, concerned about the dead body. Right there.
Oh, right,
Oh, is
the
it
dead
dead?
body. And he kind of turns around and gestures towards it.
How fresh is it?
How fresh is this body?
Dead within the last 2 days, more than likely.
Did he come as a ghost? Did you stop him?
What's the body look like?
I believe this is the one you were working on most recently.
Gotcha.
So
this is a young, like a not very young, but younger woman, maybe between her 30s and 40s. She's got long black hair. Something terrible has happened to her face, but it doesn't look like a recent wound. And she's missing a hand.
Well, that's unfortunate. So, like, are you a necromancer or something?
No,
Okay.
no, God, no,
Okay.
no, necromancy. I'm a healer. I used to work for the Lyceum. I taught classes on how to use magical artifacts and apply them towards physical and spiritual healing.
Mr. Healer, I think this body's a little past due.
Maybe, but there's only one way to find out.
Oh, so you're into deep healing techniques, like deep.
Like,
It doesn't
Necromancy.
matter what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is my business.
It's just very fascinating, is all. You've intrigued us with your work, sir.
Do you know how to get rid of ghosts in an attic?
That is a valid question.
My suggestion, though, young man, would be to move.
Not
you
an
stay
option.
there, then it's almost
Also,
like it's your fault.
He
Alright,
knows.
alright, hold
He
on.
said exactly what I said. We need to move.
We're not moving from my family's plot. We've owned it for 6 years.
we're
No,
getting derailed here. Come on, we've got information that we need.
derailed.
Mr. Nikolai,
Like a fence
Well,
rail.
yes.
we are looking for, I guess, a lady that was here 3 days ago.
3 nights ago.
3 nights ago, thank you.
Yes.
She supposedly has information that we need. You seen her? You know her? Is that her?
No. No. What do you know the name of the lady?
Not a clue.
We do not know the name.
Just a young woman.
But we are investigating a strange cult that seems to have sprung up around town. I'll pull out one of the amulets and masks.
Oh, well, that's disconcerting.
Isn't it?
But yes, there was a young lady a few nights ago. I did learn something about a cult. I can't remember though. I'll have to excuse me. Do you mind turning around and not looking?
No, not at all.
Sure.
I definitely look in the reflection of the tip of my walking cane.
Okay.
Nikolai turns away his back to everyone else, even as they're kind of either partially or.
Oh no! Like he just turns Igor completely around, turns around, but then is totally looking. He's being subtle about
Nikolai
it.
turns away too, and he reaches into his pocket, and you see like he's hunched over something, and you can kind of hear like whispers mumbling back and forth. I'm gonna try to do this sleight of hand to not reveal what exactly I'm doing. Do I need to make a roll or anything for that?
If you'd like, yeah. Let's see, because I have a feeling Wendell's about to make a disadvantage perception check off the end of his cane. So just do a sleight of hand to see how well you do.
A 5.
Okay, all right.
That
So
sounded like my hump. Thunk.
all right. So Wendell, you trying to see what he's doing or listen to what he's saying?
Oh yes.
Okay, give me a perception.
All right.
At disadvantage for visual.
Well, yes, because it's in the little reflection of my sword cane. Oh, well, that's 16. A 13. So plus perception, so 14.
A 14. Okay,
That's
so
not bad for disadvantage.
you can see what Nikolai is doing, and I'll let him describe that to some degree, but it's very difficult to hear what he's saying as he's speaking under his breath.
He's also not speaking in a common tongue. It's very guttural, like low whispering, and then he pauses. There's whisper, pause. You can see him kind of cock his head to the side, and one of the times that he cocks his head to the side, you can see what he's holding and what he's whispering into is the removed head of a young lady. He'll whisper into the ear of the head, and then he kind of places the mouth up to his ear. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Oh. And then you see him shove it back into his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
His pocket like seals up tightly afterwards. Oh, all right. Well, yes. So it
like those.
slowly turns back around. Oh, you can look now. It's all safe. No ghosts here.
All right, good.
What did you do?
I have no idea. What? Yes.
It's a new kind of, but it doesn't matter. Very experimental, but very effective. So what did you want to know about this young woman?
Well,
That's a great question.
that is. We are very poor at asking questions. Yes, just pretty much anything that you can tell us about her. We believe that she may hold the information that we seek.
When was she here? Why was she here?
Where did she
What
come
was she
from? Perhaps
doing?
maybe a name or what she said about this cult.
All right. Well, I can tell you some things. The last moments of her life were terrifying. And they stay imprinted in her mind even now. Now, her name, I believe, was Amunet Walpurg. She was a young woman, half my age or younger even. And she died from a wound to the throat. Her throat was ripped open or cut. She never saw who killed her, but she did see a dark-skinned elven hand is holding some sort of weapon, maybe a dagger, a beautiful-looking weapon. And that weapon was one of the last things she saw before the light faded from her eyes. Now, you said you wanted to know more about a cult?
Yes.
Most of us, I think those were the dark elves we fought.
Potentially.
Fuckers that chucked me off a
They
roof.
did kick you off a roof and then
They
land
kicked
on
you off a roof?
They kicked me
Yes.
off a roof and then they used me as padding to land.
It's very true.
You don't think that they followed you here, do you? I'm not.
We didn't see anyone following us.
At that moment,
They are
Igor-
dark elves, so
I
Igor
wouldn't be
here in his
surprised.
mind 180s and looks. Is there anybody behind us? Because it's like in the movie where you say it and they're right behind you. So you go 180s. Is there anybody?
No, you cannot see anyone.
They're not here yet.
Well, that's good. This is not a very safe place to be cornered in. Yeah, well, anyways, let's see. The young woman, he closes his eyes and tries to remember. She was following someone. It was a human, noble looking, slicked back hair, very nice clothing.
Is he describing...
Varnasifa?
Yeah, Varnasifa maybe? Does Varnas have slicked back hair?
Yes.
Oh. Oh yes, perhaps Mr. Varnasifa, if that name came up.
I don't remember the name, but I know that it was part of an assignment that she was on from whomever she works for. She called him Brass Fist. Maybe, I want to say the name Palobar. Does that sound familiar to you?
No.
I don't think it does, but at the same time, it might. Let me look right now. Oh wow, I don't take many
He wore
notes.
gold robes. I remember that. I can see clearly, like I was looking right through her eyes. Is
Sounds
this
very
good? Is
vivid.
this helpful?
This is extraordinarily
This is
helpful.
very confusing.
Yes.
for me especially, I don't know any of these people.
Well, we do. And apparently Varnasifa is a cultist? Is that what I'm understanding?
Both
Was
them.
she- So she said that the guy with the slick back hair was wearing the gold robes?
No, I know. I believe her. He was wearing fine clothing.
Yes.
Her boss, though, the one who sent,
Oh.
he wears the gold
Okay.
robes.
And he's called the Brass Fist, and his name is Palobar.
Okay. I missed that.
I remember she had a meeting with this Brass Fist, and she climbed dark steps. She left through a door that was in a storage closet or something. And when she left that building, I remember seeing a sign, Ad Bar's Folly Inn. I've never been there. But I remember the sign.
Yeah, that's that big ass tower that's like.
Yes. Yes, well, there's the whole, Advar's Folly, the promenade. But would you like to go to the inn? I don't know, maybe it would jog a memory or something.
I'm afraid I'm a little indigent at the moment. I don't have much money.
Oh,
Not enough to stay.
it would be fine. We could just pop in for a couple of drinks.
You're in the presence of a very wealthy lord.
It's true.
Oh,
You
He's
literally
very
just told me
generous.
you didn't have any gold.
Not in that pocket.
How is that wealthy?
I didn't have any gold in that
Dude.
pocket.
The master has
It's
many
all it's all invested in wine. I have
Uh-huh.
many vineyards, and they are delicious.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
wait, do you mind if I just finish up something here real
Oh,
quick?
of
and
course.
then we can go.
Take your time. It's fine.
All right. Do you mind turning around over much? I don't like to be watched when I work.
I completely understand. I make Igor leave the room frequently.
Master, usually that involves when you want alone time. Do you need alone time now?
Hal leaves. Hal leaves.
While Nikolai has his back turned, and Wendell and Igor are having the conversation, and Hal's walking out. Where are you guys in the mausoleum right now?
I would like to think I guess Wendell and Igor would be standing in front of this guy from the steps that came down into the mausoleum. if
I'd
it
like
was
to
a
think
monster.
we're halfway between where the body is and the first archway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Hal,
A
what
little
about
nearer
you?
the archway. Give him some
Uh,
space.
So we came in. Is this? Oh, this is a map. Okay.
Yeah, I just saw that.
She's probably like by those bluish symbols at the front
Okay.
as she's walking out.
When you turned around to go through the interior archway, you felt a bit of a strange breeze. The mausoleum itself is very musty. The air is not very fresh. There's not a lot of airflow inside for various reasons. But you felt a little bit of a breeze heading in a direction.
Like something's going past me.
No, like there is a bit of a airflow that doesn't
Oh.
seem right.
I would like.
Is someone
to
kicking
follow
up
that.
dust in here? I just sneezed. How is that you?
No.
Igor, bring up the feather duster. I think it's a bit
Out
dusty.
right
Yeah.
away, Master.
Yes. Thank
Can
you.
I go to that airflow? Can I like?
And for you, Nikolai, Igor has a feather duster that has prestidigitation just on the tip. So he starts prestidigitating the air
Mm-hmm.
and the ground around Wendell.
Yes. Very efficient. Yes.
All right, Hal, you head over towards where you felt the wind. It's to the left of, if you're facing the main black altar, it's to the left of that side. There are 3 sarcophagi in that area where the wind was coming from.
Okay. I'm gonna like put my hands around, see if I can feel the air. Anywhere.
Okay. And this is for your passive perception. So you caught it, so you can feel the draft, and it seems to be coming from underneath the farthest corner sarcophagi.
From underneath.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the point in the hand, or in a movie, where the hand comes out of the sarcophagus and just grabs
Yes.
your hand. Okay, that's what
Nice.
he's saying.
No, okay. So, I'm gonna look around the sarcophagus to see if there's like a button, if I can press something.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna shove it.
Okay. All right. Give me an investigation check first.
Oh dear God, I'm not a smart fighter.
That's okay.
4.
There's a lot of markings on here. When you start looking at it closely and trying to find a button, you like pressing the letters of the person's name. You see that the name on here is Apollonia.
Who the fuck names their child Apollonia?
There's someone who likes apples, certainly.
Possibly.
Or perhaps
But
lives
it
near
doesn't
the
seem-
Appalachians.
You can't find a button. You've pressed everything that looks like a button on the sarcophagi, and it's
All
just
right. In that case, I want to try and shove this thing.
okay. Are you going to use your crowbar?
Yes, that is a thing I have. I will do that.
Okay.
I'm
gives
assuming
you
that's just a
advantage.
strength.
Just give me an athletics if you want with advantage.
That's better. 24.
24.
I am strong as hell.
So tell me how you move this sarcophagi.
All right, so there's like, I'm assuming where the air's coming out of, there's like a little crease or something.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like shove the crowbar in there and kind of do like the not the jackhammer, but the car cranks where you kind of have to like crank it up, you know?
Okay.
And then I'm going to, while the crowbar is holding it, I'm gonna just grab my hands under there and like shoulder shove it out of the way.
All right. As you start moving it further away, you start seeing that there is a space underneath it. When you press it and push it farther away, you see there are stairs. Now, while this is going on, Nikolai, Igor, and Wendell,
Yes.
you hear a loud sound of stone scrubbing and pushing and grinding against other stone.
Master, it's the ghost. They're back.
Igor. Howl?
Yeah?
Are you bench pressing sarcophagi in there?
Is that
I mean,
ghost?
kind of. Yeah, there's like stairs down here.
It's Howl, Igor. It's literally ghosts go
Just
through
me.
things. They don't stone and stuff.
Oh. Eagle's gonna start shambling over towards where Hal would be to go see these stairs.
Yes, you go first, Igor.
Nikolai, what are you doing at this point when all this noise is happening?
Are they turned away? Have they like
Wendell's
looked back
turned
down in the
away.
opposite direction?
Probably in Howl's direction, so because Nikolai has to turn away, but he's definitely still got his walking stick.
Oh, go on. I'll be right behind you. And then he turns around and pulls out of his pocket a large, it's like a very oversized meat cleaver. And he raises it up over his head and brings it down and removes the remaining hand from the body that's set out there. You hear another grunt. There's a squirting sound.
I bring the staff back in.
Alright.
Because I was definitely watching what I could see, but the audio was stronger than the visual, and it's just, Wendell's had enough, and he's just kind of pulled it back in.
All right, Hal, you found rough-hewn stairs heading down into a dark room.
Sweet, I go down.
Okay, all right. Nikolai, you'll see Hal descend, and probably right after that, Wendell and Igor.
Igor's right behind her.
Okay.
Nice spot.
As you head down, what's your dark vision, Hal?
Do shifters have dark vision?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Then 60 feet.
Okay. Rough-hewn stone stairs lead down into this lightless room. At the base of the stairs is a destroyed statue of black stone with all markings removed and damaged beyond recognition. Along the far wall are 3 black stone sarcophagi with no markings or adornment. As you reach the bottom step of the stairs, the hairs on your arms and the back of your neck stand on end.
Ooh, sword out.
Igor stopped halfway down the stairs because he can't see into the darkness. He's like,
You can't see a thing. There's just a bit of light from the room above that shows you a small section of the destroyed statue.
"How? What's down there?"
Something creepy.
"Hello, ghosties!"
Shut up, Igor!
Oh,
Stop yelling! You're
thought
telling
I'd-
everyone we're here.
I thought I'd scare them away.
That's not how you scare ghosts.
It works for the aunt and the attic, master.
I don't know.
Alright, so
I
I've got my
don't
long
see
sword
something
out.
Special.
Mhm.
Why don't you light a torch, Igor? You do have those, don't you? You did remember to pack a torch, correct?
You're also going to go into this pack with much dramatic flair.
Takes a minute to get it off the hump, you see. It just takes me a minute. He'll get there eventually.
Here, Igor will light up a torch in the stairway.
While
All right.
he's
So
doing
everything that Hal saw, you now see, except it's a bit creepier with the dancing shadows of your torch on these black sarcophagi and the ruined statue.
that, I'm gonna go for it.
Why are we going down there exactly?
Because Howell is the adventurous type. Now, Nikolai, I couldn't help but remember you said you were a bit down on your luck, monetarily speaking.
The people take care of me, give me food, sometimes even a bed.
Well, just so you know, I know someone who could be quite helpful. You see, I was at one point destitute and penniless, yet then I met this individual who we made a bit of a deal, you could say, and well, I have come up in the world so much since then. I've got my manners on the rise, pockets filled with money. It is just, I'm living the power, and he'll kind of just, like, do like a mage hand right over his hand. Just,
Oh.
it's quite a good deal. If you're interested, I could hook you up.
Perhaps. Who exactly? What is this?
Well, it's a friend of mine, you see. We call him. He likes to be known as the benefactor. He's a good benefactor. My patron, you could say. He provides excellent patronage. And he is quite well known in certain circles, though rather new to this continent. So, in fact, he doesn't have a lot of followers here yet. So, if you got in and made a deal with him now, you would be one of the higher ranks once he accumulates more followers, and which would mean more power, money, and wealth for you as time goes by.
Do I have to worship him or what?
No, he's not so godly as that. He just occasionally he'll ask you to do a favor for him, which you then complete. One of his favors was just telling me to learn about things. It was quite nice. I do enjoy reading some good books, and now all I'm doing is just to let other people know.
Do you have a pamphlet or any literature?
Yeah, let me get you something real quick, and he'll pull out his pamphlets that he's written up. Hand it over.
Perhaps I can read this over.
Of course.
another time after we get out of this crypt.
Yes, of course. I just figured it might be something you were interested in.
Well, I am always interested in new ideas. I have some rather exciting new ideas of my own.
Loves new ideas, let me tell you.
Oh, hello. I am intrigued. But just in case there are ghosts down there, perhaps we should join the others.
Yes, let's join. And he's done like the walk around, like slowly towards, while Hal and Igor are down there sussing out all the creepy stuff. Just kind of, give a spiel.
Okay, so backing up, while the hard sell is being used on Nikolai, Hal and Igor, you're down in the lower chamber.
Oh.
It looks pretty dark in there. Maybe there's nothing in it. We should just go back upstairs.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Igor?
I got plenty of adventure, Hal. I just don't like ghosts.
Your master's not here right now. I mean, he's up there, but if you're quick about it, you could find something before he does and keep it for yourself.
Well, keep it for myself?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Master would find it. He would beat it, or it would be bad.
What if I help you hide it from him?
You would hide it for me?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Because so many people hide stuff for me. I mean, okay, let's go down and see. And Igor's gonna get really excited and start stepping past you down the stairs.
All right. Gonna let him go first, but I'm gonna follow close behind.
Igor's got the torch now, and he's eagerly looking around. He's completely forgot about ghosts.
Clever ploy to get Igor to go first.
As you head deeper into the room and you step foot on the floor, you notice it is covered in dust. No one has been down here in a very, very long time.
Igor shines the torch right at the shinies on the ground.
Give me an investigation or perception. Pick one.
Okay.
I will also look, if that's okay. 17.
Okay, that's good. Igor?
Perception,
In
not
perception, he is an 18.
Okay. Oh, both of you guys get a good look around. Igor with his torch and Hal with your perception. You're more otherworldly perception compared to most humans.
Yeah.
You don't see anything on the floor. There's nothing on the walls. They're not very smooth. It looks like this maybe was built quickly or with abandon. You don't see much. You look closely at the sarcophagi themselves, and there are many symbols that were originally on them, but they are crossed out, scratched out, gouged out in different ways. There are chains that you notice now that are wrapped around, but they have aged and rusted and are no longer holding the sarcophagi closed.
How? Well,
Yeah.
why would they put chains over a coffin?
Well, the only reason I can think of is, if something was trying to bust out of it.
Igor was going to hammer in one hand, torch in the other, go forward with the torch leading, and peer into the sarcophagus.
They're all still closed. Tops are on all three.
Thank God. I thought it was open.
Can I check out this statue? There's a statue, right?
Yes, there is at the base of the stairs.
I want to check that out because that's kind of giving me the creeps.
Okay, you can give me a religion check.
Oof. Okay.
While she's doing that, can Igor look on the sarcophagus to see if there's any markings or names?
There are lots of markings, but everyone you see has been gouged or scratched or clawed.
Oh, okay.
16 on my religion.
Okay.
Okay. You look at this statue. Most of the defining features have been destroyed. It's mainly just you see a foot up to about above the shin, below the knee. You see part of a leg. You see a lot of crushed pieces, an arm that's just like a bicep and an elbow. But you do find like half of what you think would be a face, but it's strange. It doesn't have quite the right angles. It doesn't have quite the same proportions as you would imagine. And as you look closely at it, the hair stands up on your arms again. You get this really weird feeling that you know who this is, and you recognize this as one of the betrayer gods, known as the Lord of the Hells.
Oh shit. Igor, let's get out of here. Like
what?
now.
Well,
Out.
we haven't found anything yet.
Not out.
Okay.
Or when you're investigating the symbology on the sarcophagi, how are you doing it?
Torch forward over top to light it up a little bit, maybe catching some cobwebs on fire if there's any, and just eyeballing it.
It's covered in dust. Some of the symbols.
No, don't. God.
You rub it off. Okay, that's what I wanted to
He
know.
may do the lick and get some of the dirt off that way.
You have a feather dust of prestidigitation.
I do, but I've got my hammer in my hand and the torch in the other.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not putting
true.
my hammer down.
You can't hold the hammer and the feather duster at the same time. It's just too.
You
too much.
rub the dust from atop the sarcophagi, and you peer down at this black stone covering. There are marks on there that aren't quite making sense to you. They aren't full, or they've been broken, or they've been chiseled away. But as you look, you think that the flicker of the torchlight showing stranger shadows than you're used to. Much stranger shadow. Like, it looks like this particular shadow is coming off of the sarcophagi.
God damn it.
Igor's gonna bat it. Like kind of like a cat batting a mouse. He's gonna like.
Does a
holding the
21
hammer
hit
to
you?
Bat. Does a what?
A 21.
Yes.
Okay. You take 3 damage,
Ooh.
and
Uh-oh.
your strength score is reduced by 2.
Ooh.
That's bad.
Ooh. Okay.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
But
As you're telling Igor to get out of here, you see a shadow reach up and swipe through him.
So it just swipes through me, and all of a sudden it's just like soul sucking. It's like
You feel a cold, necrotic feeling, like icy cold. It just kind of grips your heart for a moment. Your heart skips a beat. You kind of try to gasp for breath, and you feel weaker.
Oh, I think someone left the freezer open.
And how you see that happen to Igor as 2 other shadows begin to rise out of the side sarcophagi.
Igor, do your best to not let them hit you. These things look bad.
Igor's gonna start breathing heavy. Maybe frost coming out of his breath, and he's gonna back away from the sarcophagus with his hammer and the torch, looking at the shadows, trying to move away from them and back towards the stairs.
All right, so I need everyone's initiative rolls.
Okay.
If you're
9.
participating.
4.
Okay.
16.
20, not natural.
Okay.
Dirty
20. 16. 9 and 4.
I'm really distracted by giving. I might have my first convert here, because that orphanage did not pay off well at all. So, eccentric person who talks to a skull. That actually sounds like something my benefactor would be interested in. So
That's very true. That's very true.
it's right up his alley. Weird.
It's fitting that Igor has such a quick reaction, as he is the first one to be attacked. You find yourself at the top of the initiative order, standing in front of a shadowy form.
See, Igor's in cautious mode from this thing slapping at him, feeling cold. Don't touch it. He's going to keep backing away, but saving an action for attack. If the shadow comes near him, he will swing at it with his warhammer.
Okay, so you're gonna move away.
He's going to move away and try and get to the stairs and back up to get out of there, like Hal said.
Okay, so that you will incur an opportunity attack.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
And Igor, as he's backing up, he goes, "Oh, we need to get out."
That's the plan.
As you back up, the shadow reaches out and swings at you and just barely misses grabbing your arm. But you get away. All right, do you go your full movement?
Yeah, full movement.
Okay, that would take you to about halfway up the stairs.
Okay, and once he gets up the stairs, he'll be, "Guys, don't come down the shadows!" Hey, he's yelling that up to him.
The what? Igor, the shadows can't attack you. There's no ghosts hiding.
No, Master, they're cold, they're coming!
Howl.
No, there are shadows attacking.
All right.
Oh dear.
That does that. I believe that a lot more.
Hal, it is your turn.
Oh shit. Okay. So Igor's halfway up the stairs, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will follow him up the stairs. But I'm not gonna pass him, so I'm gonna like put myself between him and the shadows.
Okay.
I've already got my longsword out. I will hold my action to attack when they come close.
How tall is Hal?
5'8".
Okay, so I'm still towering over you and behind you. I'm 5'11", hunched. So
Yeah.
Okay, but you're still like big and imposing. Igor's impressed by this. Good job.
Okay. Nikolai, you hear all the commotion from below, the talk about shadows.
Anna? Nikolai's eyes glass over. Wendell's probably the only person who could probably notice this since they were having a conversation. And he kind of pushes Wendell away and starts going down the stairs. He's fumbling into his pocket and he pulls out. It looks like an alchemist's beaker, but instead of there being a liquid inside, it's more gaseous and it's sparking orange and red. And he kind of holds it up and there's a little bit of a light that emanates from it. Anna, is that you? And he looks down. Can he see the shadows? Can he tell what these things are? Are they moving?
From the torchlight that Igor is holding, you see that there are strange shadows that are standing perpendicular above each one of the sarcophagi. It's not supposed to happen that way. You see the shadows that are being cast by your torch, but these are perpendicular coming out, and they have a faintly humanoid form to them, but they are they're transparent.
No facial features or anything like that. They are just shadow.
They are just shadow.
And do they look like they're coming towards the stairs?
It looks like the central one has made movement away. It's further forward than the other two, but it does look like they are all coming after someone on the stairs.
As they're stretching, these shadows are stretching across the room, kind of moving, creeping across the torchlight. He holds that beaker up and he says, "That's not Anna. We should go." And he pops open the cork of the beaker, and that gaseous thing inside ignites into a fire, and the fire shoots up out of the beaker and swirls around his head and then arcs downwards towards the shadow that's most central in the room.
Okay.
And casts Firebolt.
Nice.
Excellent.
So you're having something like go whipping by Igor and Howl on the stairs?
You would like go up and over your heads, like kind of dive over your heads.
What the fuck?
Oh yes, I think my patron and you would get along quite nicely.
16.
Okay. The fire bolt that you cast from this alchemical concoction, after it passes Howl and swims down towards the shadow, it hits it directly in the center mass. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 9 fire damage.
Okay. You see the fire hit. It doesn't look like it does the damage you would expect. It might be because they're transparent, you can't see them, but it does hurt them. It recoils at the hit, but it doesn't seem phased.
He would cork his beaker after that, after witnessing the reaction and slowly start pulling back up the stairs, but I don't think he would get all the way back up the stairs with what's left of his movement.
Okay, so you're probably at the top of the stairs. Igor is right in front of you. Hal is in front of him. And Wendell, it is your turn.
Yes, I'm going to look above. I'm sure I saw that firebolt thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm like, well, I will hex upon you in your house, and then Eldritch Blast.
I love that. That's my favorite thing ever.
Same.
Eldritch Blast.
It's the best.
And which one are you attacking?
The one that's already been attacked, as I can definitely know it's a target.
Okay, are you moving down the stairs? Because you were at the top of the stairs.
Is it within 90 feet?
It is, but you're on the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Like to the side, right?
to the right. So
Right.
if you look at the
All right. Yes.
the rendering I have for you,
Yes. All right.
um,
I'll go down a little bit, just enough to get a line of sight, I suppose.
okay,
Not far.
you're able to.
All right. Let's see if this Eldritch Blast will hit.
Okay,
Oh, I think a 21 will hopefully hit.
it definitely will.
Oh, and I get to roll hex damage too. Well, the hex damage is only 2, but I get 7 force damage from the Eldritch Blast.
So 9 total damage.
9 total damage.
Everyone is watching as Wendell flicks his hanky in the direction of the central shadow.
Yeah.
And
Master does it all the time.
unlike the fire, which did not quite burn as fully as you would imagine it should, this weird force movement of power that was released by Wendell shatters the shadow into thousands of little tiny shadows that phase and disappear. And the center shadow is gone.
Bravo, Master.
Was there anything else you'd like to do, Wendell?
Well, it is action, bonus action. I'll move a little bit further up the stairs, put some bodies between me and the other two that are down.
Okay. It is the turn of the shadows now. The 2 remaining don't seem to react to the death of the one in the center. However, when that center shadow shattered, as they begin to move, the center sarcophagus, the cover cracks and falls apart,
Oops.
leaving an open sarcophagus there. And then the other 2 shadows move forward. The closest one moves directly in a line at Igor, arrives at him and makes 1 swing.
Would we still get our held actions?
Yes,
As it swings.
actually, Igor, Hal, you would get...
I think
guys would
Igor
both-
had one too, yeah.
Yeah, Igor's saving
Okay,
his hammer
then you
first.
both get your action on this first one.
My
Hit it before
two-handed
it hits
longsword.
us.
17 to hit.
17 does hit. Roll
Cool.
your damage.
6.
6. You strike through it. Your sword passes through with very little resistance. You believe you've damaged it, but not by much.
This is weird.
I don't know why you're all struggling with it so much. I
Shut
haven't had any
up,
problem.
Wendell.
I failed completely on that one. I did a 3 to hit.
Okay, you swing out, and after being attacked by the first shadow, it's difficult to focus on attacking this one. The cold that grips your heart pulses as it comes nearer, and it draws your swing away. It attacks in retaliation to your swing. Does a 14 hit you?
Just barely.
Okay. You take... Oh, God. You take 12 damage.
Oh.
You should
Oh,
probably
boy.
rage soon. I'm just throwing that out.
And yeah, I rolled 2 6s on that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
And
rough.
you lose another 2 strength as the cold grips your heart even further. You fall to one knee and almost drop your hammer as this shadow rips through your body. How are you doing there, Igor?
Feel like the day I was born.
Okay. Okay. All right. The second shadow moves towards Howl, as if it's trying to get to Igor, but Howl's in the way.
Okay.
It takes a swing. I don't think an 11 hits you.
No, it does not.
It swings, but it's focused on Igor, so it just haphazardly goes past you without any damage. We're back at the top of the round. Igor.
Okie dokie. I'm trying to figure out how to
You're not feeling great right now.
Yeah, I'm not. Dang it. I'm trying to modify my character on there on D&D Beyond.
You don't have to modify it for right now. Just take 2 off of your attack and damage rolls.
Okay. Can't do. Stand by the 1. Okay, well, that just messed up everything, so I'll mess with that later. Anyways, I'll use roll 20 as backup.
Okay.
So, just got strength sapped, got hit really hard. Seeing this shadowy creature coming at us, I did plan to rage. Thank you very much, Wendell. I haven't forgotten. Igor, though, would stand there on the stairs, and it's time for Igor flashback time for when he enters his rages. He's going to start seeing kind of a flash of that hand as it came at his face and kind of clawed through him and left him cold. It's an immediate flashback to where he's a kid at Wendell's house, and Wendell's scolding him, saying, "You need to go into the attic and get my proper best clothes for this important dinner tonight. If you don't, I'm going to beat you. You need to go up there." And then it's the flash of Igor, like, whew, camera change, and he's going up those dark stairs, looking into the attic, the creaking, the spider webs, and you can hear the shrill shriek. And all of a sudden, coming down the stairs at Igor's face is the ghost face of the auntie, charging at him, and Igor screaming, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, back to real life. Igor's screaming in the stairwell, and that's when he enters into his rage mode. So he kicks into his rage through his flashback, and as he goes into his rage, he will see the ghost creatures in front of him and howl, and he'll feel the pain and the burn inside of him, and he'll go, "We need to get out of here." And he's going to go forward, and he's going to try and grab Hal if he can and pull her out, like, get her out, like, get out.
Okay.
If she'll let him or not, but he'll try. So,
Hal?
I think she'd be too, like, what the hell is happening to do anything?
Okay. So, Hal, you're being grabbed by Igor. Igor, you're going to grab Hal up past Nikolai and Wendell into the top. You will incur 1 attack of opportunity.
okay.
All right. 17?
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
7 necrotic damage.
Oh boy. Ouch. Okay. I think he's hurting very bad, and I think by the time he got her up there, he'd be kind of fumbling, falling down the stairs, throwing her upwards at that point.
You are definitely fumbling at this point, because as the cold grips your heart again, and you feel the shadow's claws rend through your body, you lose 4 strength.
Damn.
Okay.
You fall to the ground, almost throwing Hal over you, like a fireman's carry, like just tossing her over your shoulder as you hit the ground, as this pain racks your body.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
I guess it was part of his action to get up to the top of the stairs with Hal to clear out of the area past.
Use part of your movement, and it was your action to grapple Hal and pull her away.
Okay. I mean, unless I have movement remaining.
Oh, and you raged also, so that would be your bonus action, and movement.
I think it'd be him just trying to get out of there if he has any more movement, but I think he burned it all trying to get her to the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I think
it would make sense in kind of the spirit of it. He left his torch.
You're into about the middle of the second room in the mausoleum.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in there. That's it for now.
Okay. Hal, you've just been tossed over the shoulder of Igor as he collapsed to the ground.
It's not a feeling I'm used to. People can't toss me. Okay, I guess. So, am I prone right now?
Give me a dexterity save.
Okay.
You rolled an 11. I think you're fine.
Okay. then I'm like, what the heck? Oh, you look bad. And then I am going to position myself yet again in front of Igor and these shadow things. So now Wendell and Nikolai are in front of me, correct?
Correct.
Shit, okay. Can I move forward to the top of the stairs so I'm like kind of like in front of Wendell at this point?
You would be beside Wendell.
Okay.
You could put yourself in front of Wendell if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do
make
that.
room for her.
No, of course you will.
I am a gentleman.
I'll do that. And then how close can I grab Nikolai from here?
Yes, Nikolai is within reach.
Okay, I want to do kind of the same thing Igor did, just grab him by the back of his clothes and yank him behind me. Kind of
Okay.
thing.
Nikolai, you're being grabbed. Are you going to try and resist, or are you just going to kind of be surprised and let it happen?
I think he has his hand pressed to his chest, and he's kind of flattened his back against the wall as Igor pulls Howl up and throws her up the stairs. And then when Howl grabs him, he's not a strong person. So even if he tried to resist, I don't think he would try for very long.
Okay. So how will help you move away from the stairs?
Yeah.
Igor will call out in pain and in his rage, "We need to close the cover! Get off the stairs!"
Okay. I think shadows can, go through sarcophagus.
Igor's not smart. Shush.
Okay. So that was your action and most of your movement. Do you have a bonus action you'd like to use, Hal?
Is it a bonus action to kind of like do the what is it?
Your wild
Yeah,
your
the
shape?
wild. I don't think it's a wild shape.
It's shifting.
Yeah.
You can do it as a bonus action. Yeah.
Okay, I will do that then, and then that'll give me a bite, claw attack.
Can you describe
Yes,
for
please
everyone
do.
how this
Yes,
happened?
As you're
Okay.
right in front of me.
Yes, right in front of you.
Yes.
Okay, so Howl grabs Nikolai and kind of like yanks him behind her, and he's old and frail. He's easy to move. And then as she turns back, she kind of like drops a little bit into like a defense, not like to the ground, but she kind of like hunches into like a defensive crouch kind of thing, holding her sword two-handed. And you can see her ears kind of like elongate a bit. And Wendell, if you're kind of like peeking around, you can see her all of her teeth sharpen into like, they look like they could tear flesh kind of thing. And her eyes change from that stormy gray color to a bright, like reflective yellow. And they turn into like, not quite slits, but kind of close. And there's just like this terrifying growl that emits from her.
I'm not sure how I should feel about this, but I'm not mad about it.
Igor is slightly interested too. He's like, "Ooh, look like a woman." Yellow eyes, sharp teeth, and growls.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay, that's a thing now. All right, sure. All right, yep. And she's just gonna wait for these shadows to come at her.
Okay. All right. Nikolai, it is now your turn. You've been dragged away from the mouth of the passage, and you've seen that the person who tried to rescue you is changed physically before your eyes, almost like a canine sort of aura to her.
He kind of only stares at her for a moment. He's not as taken back. He's not overly affected by her shift. Once he kind of realizes what is happening, what he's seeing, he looks back down to the doorway, and his thoughts are on a couple of moments ago. Something happened when that first shadow was dispersed to one of the sarcophagi inside, right? What happened?
When that shadow was dispersed, the energy of it released into the sarcophagus, or from the sarcophagus. It's hard to tell because it was so close. And when it did, the remaining chains that were there, as well as the sarcophagi lid, cracked open and slid off to both sides, leaving the sarcophagus open.
He goes to the edge of the open passage, staring downward. Can he see the sarcophagus? Can he see any of the sarcophagus down there?
Do you have dark vision?
He, let's see if I think I can do this as a free action or a bonus action.
Do you
Okay.
have your goggles
Has-
at night?
Imbue. Yeah. So as he gets down to the front there, he's shuffling around in his pockets. He pulls out the hand of a woman. It's been hewn off, blood's dripping from the stump, and he whispers into the hand, and there's a warmth that comes out of his out of his mouth, and the hand begins to glow and provide a little bit of light, and he uses that as kind of shining it, almost like a flashlight.
Okay. When you look down, you see the two spectral forms of the shadow still sitting there like they're ready to come forward further. But when you look at the middle sarcophagus, it's just a corpse lying there. It seems to be in very bad shape. There's a bit of an odd slant to it. It doesn't look quite right, especially a medical man. You'd know that that's not human, but it doesn't seem to be anything moving. It just seems to be that the sarcophagi is open.
So could I do some sort of like arcana or investigation check to figure out if I might be able to stop whatever curses brought these shadows to life by interacting in some way with the corpse, the sarcophagi?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an arcana check.
Okay. How about a 12?
With your medical history and your newfound interest in certain new types of arcane, arcane experimentation, you're not sure how you would apply those in this case to try and reconnect a shadow with a corpse. You're not completely sure these shadows are associated directly with these corpses or if they're guarding the corpses.
Fascinating. And he just kind of stands there at the top. I guess he would just kind of stand there, holding the hand, ready to cast a spell if they got close, if they tried to attack him.
Okay. All right. And Vindel.
I suppose if you need something done, you should just do it yourself. I will. But excuse me, Howl, and I'm just going to lean around you a moment, and then I will transfer my hex to the closest one, I suppose, and just.
Okay. The easiest one for you to see would be the one at the base of the stairs, which is now is the glowing hand only for you, or does it provide light for everyone else?
It's just light.
Okay.
It's
All
just-
right. Then you can still see the transparent form of the shadow.
Perfect. Let's see if I hit it. Ooh! Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
Yes. Alright.
You flick your wrist, and the force extends from your hand, impacting the shadowy form.
It will be 4 points of necrotic damage
Okay.
and 10 points of force damage.
Okay.
I rolled really well on that Eldritch Blast.
You see that the force hits and nearly shatters the form of the shadow. It loses its corporealness for a moment and then starts to reform. You see the pulse of your necrotic energy go into the shadow, but it doesn't affect it. It almost feels like it strengthens it in a way, but you can't quite tell.
Alright. Note to self. Oh, and I could also like to give it disadvantage on dex checks.
No, of course. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Pardon me. I'll just back away from Howl a bit.
Okay, it's our shadow friends' turn again. They do not come up the stairs this time. Everyone in the main room of the mausoleum see the shadows begin to come through the floor. as they rise up
Through our floor? Like
through your floor.
this?
Yes,
Oh.
right by the stairs. So
I'm glad I backed up then.
Nikolai and Wendell, you're at the top of the stairs. Hal, you're standing interposed between Igor and where the shadows are. And as they both rise up through the floor, I believe we have one held action. Okay, go ahead, Nikolai.
Is one of them, when they appear, is one of them closer to Igor?
They basically rise through the floor. So there's one, the one that Wendell just attacked is the farthest away. The one that Hal hit earlier is closest to you and Hal and Wendell.
All right. Is the one that Wendell hit within 30 feet?
Yes.
He turns around and whips around with a bleeding, glowing hand, which is his lantern of revealing. That's the magical item that he has. And he's fishing into his pocket for something else, and he pulls out another of those alchemist beakers, and even before you can really tell what dark liquid or whatever is inside of it, it starts to swirl around and move. He flicks off the cork, and shooting out of it is like a shadowy dart, but more solid. And as it pulls out, it turns into something that looks kind of like a branch or like a vine of a tree, and it whips around and snaps at the one that's already injured.
Okay.
This is Thorn Whip.
Nice.
Surprised it's not someone's small intestine or spleen.
It's 16.
16 will hit. So as your thorn whip extends, it slices through the form of the barely corporeal shadow, and as it rips through it, you see it shudder a bit and then explode like the first one. And at the same time, you hear another crack, as sounds like stone falling. There's only one shadow left.
He kind of like pulls the vial back and like tries to slam the stopper back in, and the energy or whatever came out of it sucks back into it.
I love that. All right, so we have one shadow left. It has used a lot of its movement to get through the floor, so it starts moving towards Igor, and it comes and basically stops beside Hal as it's moving slowly towards Igor. And Igor, it's now your turn.
You now touch my friend! And Igor's gonna charge forward with his hammer and try and whack it.
Okay, whack away.
With his 9 strength.
It's okay.
It's
That
like a
warhammer's
baby.
real heavy right now. You're as strong as I am. I wouldn't say it's quite baby-like, but, you know.
I'd say otherwise.
I might surprise you.
Oh my. Okay, so, an 8.
You swing, and your current condition makes it very difficult to swing the weapon that you're used to swinging, and you attack and miss. It does not find
Sparks fly off the ground. We should leave, there might be more.
I think this is the last one, Igor, and they're really not that difficult. You could just hit one.
Igor's just like gives him the death glare. Not that difficult. I'm gonna
Hal
murder you.
also side eyes Wendell at this point.
I've nearly decimated and annihilated 2 of them already. Like, come on.
Igor, is there anything else you'd like to do?
He thinks in his brain bonus action flip bird to Wendell, but he's not gonna actually do it because he's the monster. He's just enraged right now.
Okay.
He's still got the hatred burning in his brain of Wendell making him do things he doesn't want to do and having to deal with that damn ghost in the attic. And if it wasn't for Master, I wouldn't be in this situation having to fight ghosts here in this crypt. And it's the rage brain going.
Says the
Okay,
guy who
Hal,
followed
it's your
Hal.
turn. There is a shadow right next to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one.
All right.
Two-handed. So, when I'm in my shift form, is it my action to make an attack, or does it take my bonus action to make that attack?
If you're using your shift attack, the one that comes with shifting, it is your action.
Okay. Okay, then I'll just make a two-handed longsword attack.
Okay.
12 to hit.
You just barely connect
Oh,
with the shadow.
okay, cool. All right, then 6 slashing damage.
Once again, you don't feel as much resistance as it goes through the shadow. You see it shimmer, but I mean, you heard it, not as much as you should have.
That's all I can do. Oh, no, I'm going to move more so I like in its path.
Okay, so you're still close to it, so it's not an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Nikolai.
Nikolai sees the shadows getting closer to Igor. It's stretching out towards Igor. So he's going to... Can I get behind Igor without an opportunity attack, or is it too narrow?
Well, with everyone back on the main map, it would be very tight to get past. It would probably be an opportunity attack by the shadow.
He's gonna risk it. He's gonna try to. He's ambling, and again, like he's shoved that hand back into his pocket, and each time he pulls something out of his pocket, you hear like a. And again, he pulls something else out of his pocket, fumbling with it. And this time it's an egg that has 2 pieces of string, one attached to the top of the egg and one attached to the bottom of the egg. And he's getting closer to Igor, and he'll risk the opportunity attack to try to get to and behind Igor.
Okay, as you pass by the shadow, just after Hal makes her swing through it, it seems to be more focused on her for the moment and is unable to hit you as it reaches out behind to try and grab your arm. You get by with no damage.
All right. So he'll go behind Igor. Hold still, young man. And he holds up to the side of your head, the egg, and pulls the 2 strings, and the egg pops open. And like a mechanical contraption inside, whirlgigs spin around, and 4 mechanical spiders jump out from inside the egg and onto Igor's face. Like I said, hold still. It'll be much easier if you do. Just try. And then the spiders take their pointing little legs, and little tiny beams of light begin to spray from the spiders. And this is him using his healing action.
Nice.
So this gains 1d6 plus 4 hit points for Igor. So 9 hit points, plus he gains hit points equal to his maximum number of hit dice.
Dang.
Okay, so 11 total.
Yep.
11 total. So yeah, like warm beams of light are like lasering your face, and once the spiders have spread some healing magic into you, they hop back into the egg. The whirligigs spin around in the opposite direction. The egg twists back together, and he shoves it in his pocket.
Mister, I don't know what your little glowy spiders are, but they sure felt good.
Oh, well, that's good, son. That means that I picked the right egg.
Oh, wait.
Not the other egg. You know.
I will kill all these shadows for your spider friends.
Oh, well, I hope so. We'll try to hit him a little bit harder next time.
Igor gets a grin and kind of looks towards the shadows like, oh, I will.
That's his
how
turn.
Wendell and Nikolai both like, well, if you just hit them hard, if you could just hit them, like, come on, you're not trying.
It's not that hard. Just hit them all. Gosh.
As Nikolai and Igor are chatting and the little spiders are crawling over his face, Wendell, it is your turn.
Yes. Eldritch Blast. That's really interesting.
Did you remember to move your hex to this one?
Well, it didn't seem to be effective.
Okay.
Like, at all. And it maybe even healing them. So I don't think I will move my hex to this one.
Just checking.
Ooh! 24?
That misses.
Oh,
but
man.
it bounces off 3 walls, comes back around and hits it right in the center.
Oh, perfect.
It's formed,
All right,
yeah.
let's see. How about 9 points of force damage?
9 points of force damage. So, how do you want to do this, Wendell?
Well, I think he's just like, he's told Igor, and basically mention like it's not that hard, and he's just going to kind of like lean onto one of the other coffins in the room, kind of just look at Hal and be like, "Hey."
Okay. So as Wendell does the most interesting man in the world attack, the force shoots through and just dissipates this particular shadow. It was already been damaged. This is the one you've hit twice, and it was still coming.
Piece
And
of
Wendell
cake.
just obliterated it, Hal.
Piece
And
of
at the
cake.
same moment, you hear another crack and the sound of stone hitting a hard floor. It echoes out of the stairwell. And you're all out of initiative.
Oh, that was mine.
Piece of cake. Igor, you were almost dead on the floor. I figured I'd just clean up everything. You aren't seeming to be incredibly effective anyways. So,
Igor's just sitting there fuming and huffing at him.
Hal, with your passive perception, you see a light glow, almost like moonlight, coming from the stairwell.
I will very cautiously. Am I still shifted at this point?
Yes, you're shifted for a minute unless you release it yourself.
Okay. I'll keep that up then, and then I'm just gonna very cautiously go back down the stairs.
Okay. You head down the stairs. Each one of the sarcophagi are now missing their lids. They are cracked and broken and shattered and lying on the floors around them. On the far wall, the third sarcophagi, there is a glow coming from it. There's no movement, no sound.
How? Are you okay down there? How?
let me come down and make sure you're safe.
Nope, I'm fine.
I will follow.
I'm gonna go peek in the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Monster, no, don't. It's not safe.
Well, you say that, but it really didn't seem to be that much of a threat. No.
You look into the open sarcophagus and you see the skeletal remains of a somewhat humanoid form. This one, however, has extra bones. It seem to be wing-like in a way, or at least what you imagine wings would look like if they were this large. And there are bony protuberances coming from the skull where horns might be. Most of the bones are shattered, but lying in a form that makes them easily recognizable to you. You've dealt with enough bodies in your day.
Yeah.
But alongside it, there is a longsword that is lightly glowing.
Fuck. I think she'd be very cautious because these are, fucking shadows just attacked us. But I think she'd be overwhelmed by a glowing sword and just pluck that right up.
Okay. You grab the sword.
I don't die immediately.
Not this time, no.
Okay.
Next time we'll have Eagle grab that.
What is everyone else doing
What?
while Hal is downstairs?
Well, I'm watching. I'm here to save her.
Igor's stopping Wendell from going down the stairs until Hal gives the all clear.
Okay. Nikolai, what are you doing?
Excuse me. What's down there, young woman?
The name's Hal.
Owl?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was onomatopoeia.
No, that's my name.
Owl.
Hal.
What's down there?
There's a statue of a betrayer god.
Ooh, is that
So-
what that is?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's kind of like
Oh dear.
bad stuff.
Do I recognize this statue if I look at it?
Is it safe to come down?
Religion check, Wendell.
Okay,
There aren't
cool.
any shadows, so maybe.
Not very smart, but I did a lot of reading.
Igor's gonna go down then if Wendell's gonna start peeking.
Is the sword
Yeah.
still glowing as I'm holding it?
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in my sheath before anybody comes down.
Okay.
Solid
The light goes away.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Since she mentioned it was a betrayer god, you're able to figure that it is either the Lord of the Hells or possibly the Crawling King.
All right. Interesting.
And I recognize it as the Lord of the Hells, right?
Yes, you did, Hal.
Okay. I probably don't share that information.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
All right. So, is anyone else heading down?
Yeah.
Igor was headed down.
Okay. So you're
So,
all
like, Nikolai, did you know this was down here? Because, like, you were spending time up there.
No. I came here for research purposes, but not for this tomb.
How if you're suspicious, this man's okay in my book. He's got fancy spiders that heal your face.
Yes, I think you did a smashing job in that battle, Nikolai.
I was actually,
Excellent work.
the fire thing was kind of cool.
I used to be a professor. I've forgotten most of what I know, but...
Okay.
It happens.
Wait, what's that glowing there? And is the sarcophagus still glowing, or is it no longer glowing?
No, actually, there's not as much glow now. As you walk down the stairs, the glow diminished, but there is a bit of a shimmer around the top of the tower. Like there's a little bit of moonlight coming out.
Are there orcs around?
Hold still, Hal.
Okay. I'm not super fuzzy. Okay.
Takes out like a little tiny box, and he presses down on the box, and it clicks open, and the box gets bigger and bigger, and there's a flat screen on one side, and he holds the screen, and a light comes out of it. If you want, I can make sure you're not cursed.
I take it
Yeah,
on
that'd
that.
be nice. Because, you know, the prayer god curses. Yeah, sure. Go for
You
it.
never can be too careful with gods. Can't trust them.
You can't. Which is why, I serve a patron rather than a date.
How you may have a glowing curse on your back, up there near your sword handle.
Yep, maybe.
Get rid of
Cast,
it, mister.
Detect magic, and kind of just like I'll shine it around the entire room, but then I'll shine it on Hal just to make sure.
Okay. You shine it past the far sarcophagus, which is the one closest to the statue, and there is a bit of a ping from a small bit of magic there. And then you shine it across the middle one, where the first shadow came from, and there's another bit of a little ping. These are uncommon magic items, you believe. They don't have a lot of magic, but there's some. And then you get the same sort of ping from the sword on Hal's back.
And so it's the sarcophagus themselves that are magical items, correct?
No. There's something inside the sarcophagi.
And never leave a stone or sarcophagus unturned, and he'll bring the box up close to the sarcophagus to kind of check him out with that detect magic, that ray of...
So am I cursed?
I don't know. It takes two spells. First, it's this spell, and then there's an identification spell.
He's going to diagnose you first, and then
I think he found a curse on that stone.
Yes, this is very fascinating.
Nikolai, which do you look at first?
That you're doing.
The one that shimmers the
center.
most, the one nearest the statue, I guess.
Okay, the one nearest the statue. You look in, and it is a skeletal form of a humanoid. They have an overly large head and aren't as tall as what you would imagine to be an average humanoid form. Probably would stand no higher than 4 feet tall, but has the head of someone that might be 8 feet tall. Seems like a little bit of a mismatch.
That's strange. Yeah, with his medical background, has he seen skeletons? Is this a common skeleton, like a race, maybe?
No, you've not seen anything like this.
This is very disturbing. I don't recognize the shape, and this skeleton is like nothing I've ever seen.
On the hands and wrists of the skeletal arms, you see several bits and baubles of jewelry, very fine, gems encrusted. But the ring on the right hand is the one that's glowing with magic.
Can he determine, let's see, can he learn what school of magic?
Yes, let's see. What would that actually be? Maybe transmutation? I might have that wrong. It might be enhancement. I don't know.
Okay. It's hard to tell exactly. This ring is magical, that's for sure. Transmutation, I believe.
Interesting. I mage hand. Pick off the ring.
He's already like ambling away. He doesn't rob the corpse. He just kind of notes it.
This family's dead. It doesn't need it anyway.
There's one more, right?
Yes, there is. In the center,
I'll check out that last one.
In the center of sarcophagus, you find another misshapen skeletal form. This one is more bestial, with very long arms, a weirdly shifted pelvis with shorter legs, wide shoulders, and a more muscular, a thicker skull. It almost seems it's very bestial in this case. There are no other adornments other than two leather wrapped wrist guards that look to be in perfect condition compared to the rest of what's inside here, but they glow lightly with magic.
These should have decayed long ago. These wrist thingies. What sort of cult is this that you're all mixed up in anyways?
I actually don't think this has anything to do with the cult we're after. Because, like, we're after brass creeps. This is a betrayer god. This is like...
But definitely something to keep of note, since we did kill some, minuscule, unimportant, very weak shadows.
Sure.
We may have angered something or something. Who knows what? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably piss somebody off.
I'm not an expert in religious matters, but in magical items, you may anger them. If you take these wrist guards, for instance, that could result in catastrophic series of events that follows you around for a long time.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Well, Master, he's making a lot of sense. Maybe we shouldn't take him.
Just dead silence.
Nikolai, you believe that the
Not sure if I
bracers
follow you.
are showing you that they're abjuration magic on the bracers.
These bracers definitely have power, though, that's for sure. Abjuration magic. Maybe the most powerful school of all.
Perhaps.
Oh, how maybe I should show Igor the other side of the room.
Right.
He
Why
winks
would you
at her.
show yourself the other side of the room, Igor?
Come with me, Master. I found
Oh, yeah.
stairs.
Yeah, we came
Yeah,
down
Wendell,
the stairs.
You should go
Igor.
with Igor.
This feels like a very poorly executed conspiracy. I can see you winking.
Good, just go with your manservant,
Come
Wendell.
here, Master. I'll show you upstairs this thing I found.
You didn't find anything. If you want,
But
is it
you
the,
messed
do you want the
around.
braces? We are the same strength right now.
When you grab the
I'll...
ring,
Yes.
grab anything else from inside the sarcophagus?
You said there was jewelry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Grab it all then.
I am a nobleman with hardly any money. Yes, I take
Okay.
the rings. I'm going to go to the pawn shop on the way home. If I have
Okay.
curses, it's not my problem after that.
I'll let you know what you have.
Okay.
While Wendell is somewhat distracted, can I attempt to sleight of hand these bracers?
Sure. Go ahead. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh dear God. Here we go. 10.
Okay.
That
I
doesn't
mean,
beat
the
my
breaking of
passive
her
of
arm.
11.
I think that's below everyone's passive perception. So
Yeah, I'm
everyone's
just like, do. Put that in my
Like,
bag.
you have to take off this corpse, and so like the skeletal hand.
Yeah.
Wait, are you all adventurers?
Oh,
No.
a manservant to the most glorious man in all the land.
Yes, yes.
You are in the presence of Window, Eustace Abernathy, Lucius
yeah.
Throckmorton, Horson, the
The fourth.
fourth of
that-
the
There you go.
Horson Pfeffers.
She's picking up
Thank
on
you.
it, Igor. You noticed that. She's very interested. Yes. You could say we do a spot of adventuring every now and then, more on like a freelance basis.
This is the most powerful wine baron of all the land.
Yes.
He doesn't need to adventure.
I do it because I enjoy it, not because I'm destitute or anything.
Oh, well. If you want to rob the dead, especially, these ones that look like they're probably demons or devils or
Well,
I
yeah.
don't know.
That is the Lord of Hell. So
Oh, I thought it might be.
Oh.
That was the king.
Maybe
You mean that
Monster-
Lord of Hell? Like
the betrayer god, Lord of Hell. I think there might be a new one. I don't know. I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure.
anything about gods.
I'm not
Monster-
particularly religious.
Master always has a plan for these things. He's
do.
probably getting it to bless it, so
Yes.
no more shadows come out of the sarcophagi.
Yes, I do know. People. My benefactor is quite powerful. I'm not terribly concerned about some Lord of Hell.
Right.
There was talk of free room. Is that still on the table?
Yes. My treat. Let's go to this inn. You're speaking of.
Master, maybe we could get him like a drink or something.
That's what I'm thinking. I think we all could use a drink after
He
the
did
night.
have really cool spiders and other little
Yes,
shiny things.
I did see that, Igor. Yes. So perhaps we should just slide the sarcophagus back over this open stair. It seems like a tripping hazard, really, just open like
Yeah.
this.
I'm gonna attempt after everybody's out. I'm gonna attempt to move the sarcophagus back.
Okay. Are you
So-
using your crowbar again?
Yeah, I'll do that
Igor can help you. With his-
Can
with
you?
his 9 strength.
That's all right. You definitely have advantage now.
Okay. 16.
It's a little more difficult now because you pushed it up against the wall, and now you need to go from the wall forward back over the hole.
I'll use my mage hand to help
as
push.
Igor's
Thanks.
helping Hal, though, he's gonna kind of be like, while pushing, he's like, oh, I like the way you growled back there.
Okay.
It takes about 15 minutes to maneuver the sarcophagus back over the stairwell.
Okay. And then I'm like, hey, Igor, you got that feather duster thing, right?
Yes?
Can you, make dust appear?
Why would I want to make dust appear?
Because we want
Be clean.
this to look like nobody's moved it.
That's-
So we gotta,
Never-
undisturb the dust that was on the... Was there dust on the ground? Would I have noticed that?
Not in this room.
Okay.
You don't see as much.
Never mind. We're good.
I've never tried, but I could try.
No, you can try it. Yeah, why not? You're learning all new kinds of things today.
Igor's gonna grab his feather duster and find a big dust pile, scoop dust onto the feather duster and flick it at it.
You place new dust upon the sarcophagus.
Is that dusty to your satisfaction?
Sure, Igor. That works.
Where's your teeth?
Oh,
Looking at your mouth because he's got fangs and he's snaggled through.
Yeah. So normally the only thing that are slightly sharper than normal are her canines. So that just kind of sometimes happens when I'm focused and defensive. So
It's very impressive.
yeah. Sure. It's just something that happens sometimes.
That's better than me. If I get angry and I see things and I get really angry.
Yeah, what kind of things do you see, Igor?
Things, lots of things.
Like what? Describe a thing.
Of ghosts and pain and the monster yelling at me, stuff like that. I just see things, and my master's told me it's the phase I'm in because I'm still a growing man, and he thinks it's hormones. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Don't hide your teeth and your eyes. You're really pretty with those. Yeah.
Thanks, Igor.
Igor smiles, grin, and I'll turn and keep walking with him.
I'll give him a pat on his non-hump shoulder.
Funk, funk,
Yeah. And then head on out.
Okay. Is everyone following Hal?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And you're providing room and board for Nikolai this evening?
Yes.
Yeah.
This could only help with the hopeful conversion to my wonderful benefactor and patron. Easy,
Excellent.
Very nice to
So,
Mr. Nikolai.
as the group follows the paths out of the cemetery district of Amon, that's what we'll call it for tonight. That was so much fun. I enjoyed Nikolai. He was every horrible, terrible thing I thought he might be when Don described him to me, and this is exactly what I wanted out of tonight. So let's go around and speak with everyone tonight, see what they thought, where we can find them, and let's just start with our normal crew, and we'll end with Don tonight so he can tell us a little bit more about some of the things that he's doing. So let's start with Hal.
Oh God, I never start though. Hi, my name is Nugatosaurus. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesday nights. Tomorrow I'm playing Embara Vanastra, the Divine Soul Sorceress. I'm on my own channel Wednesday through Sunday. Do variety streaming. God, well, there were so many parts that I liked. I think my favorite part though was when Nikolai was talking to the head. And Hal has no idea, but I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it was great. I loved it. It was perfect.
Okay, where can we see you?
Oh yeah, I thought I said that.
She already did that. She started with
I
that.
always
I
start with
missed
that.
it. I was okay. I'm juggling some things. Sorry
I'm
about that.
Nugatosaurus.
Right. All right. Great. I'm lost. Okay. So let's go over to Igor now.
Oh, okay. I'm Shiny Pilot 206 on Twitch's, Twitters. Here Monday, Tuesday, Laugh Love Lindy's channel with these awesome people having fun. So again, thank you, Don, for coming to join the show. I think one of my favorite parts was also with your character. I actually liked your spell descriptions. I was really enthralled by how you were describing the different spells and their effects and how they worked. The healing robots, the detect magic, the whip, like that was really cool. That was fresh. That was fun. So had a good time. Yeah, love the show, love this group, and I'm very curious to see what Nikolai's about. What game are you playing, Nikolai? What you doing, man? What you doing? Huh? So anyways, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go next and then pass it to Don, and then we'll end with Lindy so she can close out her own channel. I'm at Deception Check. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays. I DM Mondays in Exandria. I play a Not Pirate on Tuesdays for Mists of Ravenloft. I had an absolute blast. I hope everyone else did. This is a little bit different from what we normally do, especially having a guest come with us. But I had so much fun, and I have to agree with Igor here that the spell descriptions were on point the whole time. I loved how you had each one had an intricate design and it worked for the spell, and it was very thematic and very fun. And I like what you did with the Archivist. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, this was great. I hope we can have Don back again sometime. I'd love to see what's happening with Nikolai. So speaking of Don, pass it on to you now.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. I had a really, really good time tonight. I would love to come back and pop in when I'm able to and when the stars align. I always love getting to play with you guys. It was really great to play with Nugatosaurus today for the first time. That was a blast. I love these characters. Like I said, I binged a couple of episodes earlier this week, kind of in preparation. And I was like, oh man, these characters are really, really fun. And I thought they were really fun tonight too. I think for me, there's just something about Igor's fear of ghosts in this episode. It really, really got me. I found myself smiling a whole lot every time he thought anything was a ghost. There were ghosts.
Saw the chat too with that too. They're doing the Scooby-Doo references. Ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had so much fun, and haven't had a chance to play the new Artificer yet. And he only level 2. There's only so much artificing you can do, but they just released some new subclasses for Artificer, which I think are super fun. So I'm excited to try that out and get to play a little bit more of Nikolai here and there as I'm able to. I think that'd be great. I do a bunch of stuff online. I write mostly Dungeons and Dragons adventures, but working on some other games too. Some stuff that I'm allowed to talk about and some stuff that I'm not. If you follow me on Twitter, you can find out everything that I'm up to at Donathan Fry. And on Wednesday nights, amongst the other games that I play, I am the dungeon master for May Black Roses Bloom, which is a dark fantasy Dragonlance game. Lindy's in it, where she plays an artificer with awesome descriptions. And yeah, we've been running that game for 3 seasons now, and it's a really, really great cast, and that's kind of where my heart is right now. I really love running on Wednesday nights, but like I said before, ever since we got to play when we did the Blood Plague, I think in the fall, I've been looking forward to getting to play with you guys again, and whenever we can in the future. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I guess it's my turn now. Thanks for coming, Don. Segue. I'm the worst at segues. But yeah, we loved having you. Thank you so much for showing up. Your Artificer was fantastic. Much less pyromaniac than mine that you get to DM. But super creepy, which I loved. And Wendell's creepy in his own way. So he was all like, he's weird, but you know, I'm not against it, so let's see if we can get a convert.
And Nikolai didn't turn down his offer either. That's still like there's
fingers crossed. I'll send you a copy of the contract. It's a great contract. I've actually have a fully typed up Warlock contract. It's great.
I believe that.
That's what I use for all my Warlock contracts. But yeah, I had so much fun tonight. My favorite part was I just felt so sorry for Hal this episode. Bless her, she usually has at least crazy Lamont to turn to, or like steadfast Harlan, but no. Tonight it was just Wendell and Igor, and then we met this creepy old man, and she's just like, why me? I could see it on your face. I was just like, oh. Yep. And I loved that, and I felt really sorry for you all at the same time.
Once you get on the Igor and Wendell train, you can't get off it.
I don't ever want to be on that train. Never. No thanks.
You might change your mind once you see the caboose.
No.
It's an express line. We'll work on it.
I can show you my world.
I would decline that one, but I have money eventually. Yes, but yeah, no, I had a blast. I can't wait for next week, and we'll definitely have Lamont and Harlan with us next week. Tomorrow night, this is Ravenloft. We will not have Travis with us again, as he's going to be returning from D&D Live. The Descent, he'll be descending upon us next week. And it's about a 50-50 chance whether or not we'll have our lovely D20 coup de grace, so we'll see. It'll be a surprise. Just show up, find out. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, this is my channel. You can check us out here Monday, Tuesday night, once a month for teenagers from outer space, and soon to come fun announcements that I'll announce soon once I get them all together, because this week's been crazy. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out, chilling out, and watching. We are going to go raid role players because they are super fun and nice people. And yeah, we'll see you later. Goodbye.